Hey, you guys. How are you guys? So what are y'all up to? I'm at home bored. Bored. I have work to do, but I'll take a little break. Hey, you guys. Oh, thank you to Tega. I think I said that right. Thank you guys. So I was just on Instagram and I did like I was on Instagram and I basically just went on live and talked a little bit about vendors. So I kind of wanted to see if you guys wanted me to jump on here and talk a little bit about vendors too. But I really want to talk about disputes. So it's up to you if you guys want to talk about vendors or if you want to talk about disputes or both. Just let me know. Hey, you guys. But yeah, just let me know what you guys want to talk about. You guys control this live this time. I just kind of wanted to get on here and talk to you guys because I never get on live ever. Both. Okay, well we're gonna talk about both then. So cool question. Alexia, I almost said Alexis. Alexia asks, what was the first dispute you ever well, was it scary? Yes, it was scary. Okay, I'm gonna just tell you guys the story then. So when I had started making sales for my business, I remember I was not being cautious on was the billing and the shipping matching. I was not cautious on that at all. Actually, I have two stories. I wasn't cautious on that at all. So I ended up sending out an order and it was for about 400 and maybe $50 or somewhere along those lines. And I just remember I never had any communication with the customer at all. I received their order, I processed their order. For my company, it takes 2 to 4 business days for your order to get processed, and then it gets shipped out, which is about 1 to 3 days, depending on where you live. So I processed it. Everything was normal. Shipped the order out. Everything was normal. So a month later, I received a notification from Stripe because they had paid through Stripe, and I received it through Stripe, and it was like, hey, order blase blase customer, and they gave me the customer's name, and they were like, if you feel as though this order was fraudulent, you can just refund the order without us hitting you with it's like a chargeback fee. And for Stripe, it's about $15, $16. So I ended up, I was like, no, this order isn't fraudulent. Like, why would they even say that? It's not fraudulent. So I just never mind the notification. So I wake up the next morning and that's when Stripe hit me with, hey, such and such opened up a dispute. And then they told me when they were going to deduct that money out of my account. And I was livid because I was like, why should I have to pay back 400 and some odd dollars after I sent out my product and this and that? If that's the case, I want my product back. No ifs, ands, or buts. I just want my product back. But with Stripe, and this is why me and Stripe have a love-hate relationship, because with Stripe, they don't handle disputes. It's just you deal with the customer's bank. And typically, whenever you're dealing with your client's bank, it's always going to go in their favor. So that's what happened. I sent all the tracking information. I sent the signature. I sent all of that stuff. But their banks, decided it was in their favor and said, F me and my company. So I just had to get over it. But yeah, that was just one dispute. And then my other dispute, I don't want to be messy or anything like that, but this was actually with a drop shipping customer. So this was after my business was up and running. I opened my drop shipping program and things like that. And I was working with this client, and she was cool in the beginning, for my drop shipping company, because I'm the one that runs my business, so I give you guys my personal phone number and things like that. You guys can call me whenever you have questions. If it's in the middle of the night, I answer my phone. I'm very accessible. It's up until I had my son, where I had to really put myself on a schedule for work. But, you know, we were cool. She was super cool. She was young. You know, we had like a connection because we were always emailing back and forth. I even followed her on social media and things like that. So if I can remember this vividly, she placed an order with me, and something happened where she expected to get it sooner than the processing and shipping time. So she ended up opening a dispute up on me. But I received the disputes the day after I sent her merchandise. And the thing is, like, I'm a really cool person. So like, if you contact me and be like, hey, I need this X, Y, and Z, I need this on this particular date, I would use my own money to go ahead and, you know, get that overnighted to you, or if you needed it really soon. And she knew that, but she knew that I had sent out the order already. So she contacted PayPal, and she told PayPal that I never sent the order, which PayPal opened a dispute on me. But the thing was, which somehow she magically knew she was going to do this. I don't know what it was, but she put in an address that she wanted me to ship the products to. Cool. But then she emailed me and she was like, hey, I put the wrong city or something like that. And she just asked me to change it for her. So it was the same state. It was just a different city. So I went in and I changed that information and I shipped that product out. And I shipped the product out, and then PayPal let me know that I had a dispute. But long story short, to, you know, in that conversation, PayPal told me I could not get my money back because when I sent them the tracking information, they were like, hey, to just end it and get your money back, you could just send us the tracking number to show that you sent her the product. And I was like, okay. So I sent them that information, but because she had me go back in the system and change it to a different city, it made it seem like that I shipped this product out, but it wasn't going to her because it was under a different address than she originally submitted the order through. But yeah, so then of course, like, I erased her from my drop shipping program. PayPal settled everything in her favor. So for any of you out there, I recommend you guys to, if someone sends in an order and they, you know, mess up their address, or if they don't put their apartment address in the, you know, in the required fields, and they come back and email you and say like, hey, instead of sending it here, could you send it here because I messed up? Just cancel the order, refund them the money, and then have them submit the new order underneath the correct address, because that wouldn't have happened if I sent it to the first address. But because I trusted her and because she had submitted so many orders with me already, I didn't think she was going to try to get over on my company like that. But I received far more blessings, so I wasn't really stressing over that particular situation. But at the time, I was heated because I was like, I am so good to people, but, you know, people will receive their karma. And I don't even think her business is up and running anymore. So you get what you put out into this universe. So that's the end of my story. That was a long story. I'm sorry. So Monica said, OMG, just had that situation. $1,500 shipped to New York billing address. Wait, shipped to New York billing address in Oregon. I am so sorry about that. And I'm going to be honest, and this is no shade to New Yorkers or anyone in the New York region, but for some reason, I have had so many fraudulent orders from New York. And granted, I catch them. Like, now I'm on my toes. Like, I have a magnifying glass and I'm like looking before I ship out any orders, because it sucks when you know, shitty stuff like that happens to you. So, but one thing I noticed, New York, I don't know what y'all doing in New York, but New York has tried to scam my company several times. You are welcome, Pearl. So the billing has to match the shipping. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. If the billing doesn't match the shipping, I don't deal with the order. But like, let's say that someone places an order, because that was with me. Like, I had moved once upon a time, and, you know, it took me some time to get to the DMV to change all of my information. So I'm understanding when it comes to that point. But if I'm going to accept an order from someone who, you know, it's them placing the order, but their billing address and their, you know, it's not matching, I have them send in an email. I have them send in their ID to me. And then they just submit their ID, let me know that they're who they say they are, and then I will send out the order. But that is the only exception that I would make as far as the billing and the shipping address actually matching. Keisha said, do I offer wigs as a part of my wholesale? Yes. But some people, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Some people say that my wholesale wigs are pretty expensive. I agree. They are slightly expensive, but you guys have to understand it's expensive to get things from the factory. It is super expensive to get like a full lace wig. If you want a 30-inch full lace wig, even from the direct source and as goodness, I can't talk, even from a direct source like a factory, it's going to cost you a pretty penny. So just be mindful that I do offer wigs, but they are like, you know, they're an investment basically, but I do offer them for wholesale, and they're much cheaper than if you just went to Allure 96 and purchased a full lace 26-inch wig. How do you catch fraudulent orders? There's really no way of catching them besides making sure the billing and the shipping matches. Make sure that it's the correct person placing the order from the opposite side of the computer. Something that I've noticed is if someone's billing address is in Florida and they want their products sent to Washington, there's typically something odd going on, and they, you know, the billing is under a different name, different state, different city, and they want it shipped to someone with a different name, different state, different city. Something's wrong. So it's just things that red flag you. But that's something that I want you guys to really look out for, peel your eyes open for, because fraudulent orders are not fun. And you really know it's a fraudulent order when the bank hits you and be like, hey, this is a dispute, because I'm not going to lie. So this is kind of like a story, I guess, but it's not a long story, I promise. But long story short, I remember getting an order, and it was about $500 order. It was a wig order. It was a platinum wig order. And it was about almost like $600. And they had ordered it, and it was from a lady in Illinois. That's where the billing was. It was a woman's name from Illinois. And then it was getting shipped to New York. Sorry, New York, but it was getting shipped to New York. And I noticed that. I red flagged that immediately. I emailed the person. I emailed them and I was like, hey, if you want to further this order, make sure that you submit a photocopy ID. You know, I give them the opportunity to clear it up. And they didn't. So I ended up just I didn't end up refunding it. I let it sit for a day or so because I think I told the lady you got 24 hours to let me know. But by the next day, I had a dispute opened up on that order. The bank was telling me, hey, they were ripping this out of my account at this particular time. But I had it in there, so I wasn't worried about it because, you know, it was still in the, you know, in its account and things like that. And I never sent out the merchandise. I only get mad if I lose my merchandise, because losing merchandise and losing money is like a double FU. Okay. New subscriber and dropshipper. Danielle, I did see that name pop up on the list. Thank you. Let me know if you have any questions about anything. If you need to reach me, let me know. If you're waiting for an email back, all emails will get responded back to tomorrow. But yeah, thank you. How long did it take you to get your current vendor? It took me about 2 to 3 tries. And that's pretty, like, that. I was lucky because like only 2 to 3 tries the first go run, and I'm still with the same vendor from the very beginning is mind boggling, because like it takes a long time to find a vendor typically. But it took me 2 to 3 times. I went on Instagram. I found a list of vendors. They usually are active on like WhatsApp. So I found about 10 vendors, and then I contacted them all. And it's all about the approach with me. So something that my current vendor did that no other vendor did, my current vendor was interested in getting to know me. I was just like, hey, what's your wholesale prices? Like, I was just super straightforward with him. And he was just like, hold up. What's your name? How are you? How can I help you? Like, he was very eager to get to know who I was, which made me feel a little it made our conversation feel a little more personable, which is something that I really looked out for. And then ever since then, I ordered, you know, out of those 10 vendors, I ordered from about 3 of them. And then I figured out which texture I like better, which texture or hair had the most longevity and things like that. And I ended up settling on that particular vendor that I'm still currently with. Do I remember the name of my very first buyer? I do not. I do not. But, and I wish I can go back to it, but when I started my company, I started with a Big Cartel account. So if you are on a budget and you need a website, go to Big Cartel. Forget what everyone else says. Big Cartel is an amazing, you know, startup, I would say. Don't stick with Big Cartel. But like, if you have to start your business on Big Cartel, totally recommend it. But yeah, I started on Big Cartel. So I remember my first order was actually, I think it was like a 14 or 16 inch closure, and that was it. And I was jumping for freaking joy. I was so excited. I was so happy. But yeah, she lived in the United States. I know that. She ordered a closure. Yeah, but I don't know because I can't go back, at least because I was with Big Cartel and now I'm currently with Wix. So Lashana, I think I said that right. She said, I just started my business. How much do I charge for taxes and shipping? Well, for me, first you need to figure out who you're going to, about the shipping. You need to figure out who you're going to be sending your products out as far as the mail carrier goes. Are you going to go through FedEx, UPS, USPS, things like that? Me personally, I go through USPS because that is the cheapest, especially if you print out your labels from home. That is the cheapest. And with me, I charge $10. $10 covers everything from like a small order to like a large order. $10 is usually the median for me. But if someone orders like a wholesale kit, a wholesale box or something like that, the shipping cost is a little more expensive. So it'll be like with some signature confirmation added and things like that, it'll go up to like maybe like $13, $14. But then of course I'll just take that out of the price you paid for the wholesale box, because you know, those do run you a pretty penny. So I just cut my losses there. But for any other orders, it's typically no more than $10 that it costs. So I just charge a $10 flat rate no matter what you order on the website. Oh, and then for taxes, it's going to be different each city that you live in. I incorporate my taxes and stuff through my products prices already. So at the end of, you know, when you go to allure96.com, at the end, you don't have to like pay an additional cost for taxes, or it doesn't seem like it's tacked on. It's because it's already implemented. You just don't even know it, but now you do. But long story short, just figure out what the brackets are for your city or your county, whatever you're in, and then just tack those on, incorporate them in your prices already, and just put up a percentage per order. Or you could go in and the system could manually do it, so that when they do get to checkout, it'll say like, you know, a typical receipt, your total, your sales tax, your shipping, and then it'll be a grand total for you. So it all depends. How long did it take me to get my first customer? It took me approximately, well, I'm not going to say approximately. It took me about 6 weeks. 6 weeks. That was the longest 6 weeks of my life. I almost gave up those 6 weeks, but I definitely kept trucking it, kept pushing my brand, kept pushing my business. And it's like, after you get that first sale, it just starts like booming after that. Like, it might take a little second to grow, but it definitely starts like, they start knocking on the window. So it took 6 weeks, but after that 6 weeks, I started to get maybe a sale every week, and then maybe 2 sales a week, and then maybe 3 sales a week, up until like on a daily. So it's all about the effort you put in and the footwork. I lost where I was at. Where was I? Oh, it says, how did you get customers to buy from you versus the million of other companies? I was myself. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to give you guys a little secret, even though some of you guys may know this. I don't know. But my business did not start booming until YouTube, until I was consistent on YouTube. I'll say that. And this past like 2 years. I haven't been super consistent. I'm working on it, but it wasn't up until I started to visually show my product, or I visually started to, talk about my product, because I am the face of my brand. At the end of the day, that's what it is. I do have different models on my websites, but typically, if you guys are going to mention Allure 96, you're probably 9 times out of 10 going to mention Imani Jelena on the back of it. So after I became the face of my brand and I started posting pictures of myself, talking to you guys, responding back to emails about my hair, things like that, that's when I started to get consistency. And then that's when I personally feel like you guys started to trust me and then start to spend money with me. So it all started from there, from YouTube. But then aside from YouTube, I was consistent on Instagram. I was doing a lot of post promotion on Instagram. And people were actually starting to see my brand. And that's how it all popped off, basically. And now we're here. Was I nervous about starting my company? Yes. Well, yes and no, because when I started, I wasn't starting a hair company for a career. I was kind of just starting it to figure out what I wanted to do. How do I say this? Well, for you guys that don't know, I am 23 years old. I did college for a little bit, but I did not want to stick with college. I'm going to be honest with you guys. College is not for everyone, and that was my case. College is not for me. Granted, I take classes here and there, but as far as like me sitting in a classroom every single day of my life to get to get like this major degree, I'm not interested in that. Granted, I'll take business classes, things like that, but college isn't for me. So after I graduated out of high school, I started a full-time job. I was working full-time and I hated it. I hated it with every bone in my body. So literally, I hated it. So I was just like, I remember sitting at my mom's dining room table. I had went over her house and I was, we were talking and stuff. And I was originally supposed to open an eyeglass company. And I was selling glasses. And the name of it was Allure Visuals. But, and then I started Allure 96. But I don't even remember what the question was. Goodness, I ramble a lot. But ultimately, was I nervous? No, because I didn't have any expectations. It wasn't until I was like, okay, I need to buckle down after those 6 weeks when I did started to see sales and things like that. That's when I was just like, okay, this is something that I'm going to be serious about. And granted, I'm here now. And Allure 96 and IMANIJELENA.co are my life, like my life. Do I ever feel like giving up? Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I do. Not as often, not often, but like sometimes it's kind of like, it does get overwhelming. And yeah, it happens, but you just got to learn to keep yourself motivated, and you have to figure out what makes you happy. And at the end of the day, what I do, making these YouTube videos, posting on Instagram, things like that, after I take little hiatuses where you guys probably don't see me, during those times, I'm mainly just getting my thoughts together, my head together, trying to relax, trying to figure out what my next project is going to be and things like that. But YouTube and my business draws me back. Granted, like when I take these hiatuses, I can't stop my business. I'm never just going to leave. For one, I have a drop shipping company. So there's a lot of people's businesses who depends on my business. So I will never just leave in that aspect. But as far as me going ghost, as far as the internet goes, those are the times when I get to regroup and gather my, like I said, gather my thoughts together. But I always end up coming back because I genuinely love what I do. So I do get, demotivated sometimes, but it's up to me to kind of pick myself up. And yeah, but yeah, it happens. Would you have ever started your hair company off by drop shipping? Probably not. And the reason, I don't know, that's a good question, because there's a lot of perks that perks you get when it does come to drop shipping. But I personally like the route that I did. I got my feet wet first with starting a hair company to see if I genuinely liked, selling hair extensions. And then that's when I opened the door up to opening like a drop ship program. So I genuinely like the way I started it, because it allowed me to realize that I wanted to do what I wanted to do, if that makes sense. Am I wearing a closure? Yes. I'm wearing a closure and I think a 22, 24, 26 with the closure. So yeah. And this is just the Brazilian straight hair that I just went ahead and wand curled probably like 2 or 3 days ago and then brushed it out. So luckily the curls are still in. You have been such a motivation to me. I started my hair company in October 2018. Just recently I've slowed down and lost my drive. Any advice or words? So I'm just going to say babe. But Babe asked a really awesome question. Basically, she started a hair company in October. Congratulations to you, girl. But she said she slowed down and lost some of her drive. So some advice that I would give is to take a step back, breathe, regroup, get like something that worked for me is like a dream board. So I would say you don't have to spend tons of money to do it, but you can go to the dollar store and get like a board and things like that and get some magazines or print off some pictures from online and write and visually show the plan for your business. That's something that would work as far as getting you motivated. But some other things that you can do to get motivated is watching inspirational videos. Inspirational videos definitely did help me when I was in a funk, because you have to know what you're worth in a sense, and you have to think about, like, granted, maybe you don't want to do the hair. Like sometimes you may feel like you don't want to do hair, but you still want to be an entrepreneur, but maybe the hair lane isn't for you. Sometimes that is the case, but entrepreneurship is a whole. You just have to sit back and think about, like, hey, do I want to be an entrepreneur? Do I want to deal with X, Y, and Z? And, you know, after so long of watching those motivational videos, looking at your dream board, looking at posts online and memes, you know, business memes, things like that, it will help with that, you know, feeling of being demotivated, because I have been there. I felt like I've hit rock bottom at some times as far as just not wanting to get up, not wanting to do anything. When I was pregnant, that was the case. I did not want to do anything besides respond back to emails and ship out orders. That is it. That is all. But after, you know, picking up the pace, looking at some of the people that I look up to and some of my people who I see as mentors, I was just like, I got this. I can do it. And I'm going to be honest. My mom is a super big cheerleader for me, for those of you who don't know. So she lets me know that I got this. Like, there's nothing holding me back. And, you know, I'm going to let you guys know that for you as well, in case you guys may not have that support system nearby. You guys can do this. Opening up a business is not the hardest thing in the world. It is hard. It is hard. Trust and believe it. But it's not impossible. You don't need thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars to do it. You don't. Granted, you do need some coins, but you don't need so much money. And you know, you can start you can start small and move your way up. So I hope that was a little bit of inspiration to some of you guys out there, like Babe, who need that little extra push. You know, you got this. If you need to talk, I'm here. And you're more than welcome to email me or send me a DM and we can talk. Okay? But you can do it. All of you in this room, all 21 of you in this room can do it. Would you ever do a physical location? I feel like I need to. Monica, Monica, let me know what you mean by that. Are you talking about like a brick and mortar store, like a storefront? Is that what you're talking about? Let me know. Oh, you are so welcome, Trina. I'm starting my own hair company in the making now. How do I deal with a hubby, kids, and your work? Also jealousy. How do you deal? Okay, so for you guys that know, I did just give birth almost 2 months ago. And that is something that I am juggling as well. So before I give you this advice, I need to learn myself. But one thing that I can say that I've been doing currently is you have to stick to a schedule. I'm dealing with a newborn, so I'm only on so much of a schedule dealing with him. But, you know, having my boyfriend, which is his dad, around, things like that, it allows me to be able to work. So some days my son might go to his grandma's house, or my boyfriend might have him, you know, in a separate room, in a separate entity of the house. And then that allows me to work. So once I master it, I promise to let you know. What's your name? Nubian Nubian, you're going to be the first person I tell, but I'm trying to get it under control too, because it is very difficult. Now, as far as jealousy, do you mean jealousy as in like comparing yourself to different owners or businesses? Or are you talking about jealousy with your husband? Like, I don't know. So I just want to be very, want you to let me know. So let me know if you're talking about jealousy as far as comparison to other business owners and brands and things like that. Monica, you're talking about a storefront. Yes and no. With a storefront, that would be amazing. That's something that I've thought about vaguely. But as far as opening a storefront, that is something that I would consider. But right now, I personally like just having everything online. Online works for me. But yeah, who knows? You never know what the future holds. So you never know. If I could find like an awesome storefront, maybe in like, because you guys know I'm in Chicago, maybe in like downtown Chicago, Michigan Avenue, then maybe we're talking. So we'll see. We'll see what the future has in store for us. Oh, babe, you're so welcome. And thank you, Jasmine. I had some notes here because I was supposed to talk about vendors and disputes. I guess we kind of talked about that. I guess we kind of did. I want to know, for those of you who have active companies, do you prefer Stripe or PayPal? Or do you have any other payment processors out there that you use aside from Stripe and PayPal? Alexia, do I use a PayPal? No, not a PayPal. Goodness. Do I use a P.O. box for my business address? I've heard you should not use your own. Absolutely. Well, for some. But yes, you should not use your own address by any means. So what I do recommend is go open up a P.O. box. P.O. boxes are super cheap. Well, in my city, they're super cheap, but I'm assuming everywhere they have to be like around the same price. For a small one, it's about $45, and then the super large ones are about like 115 to 120-ish. So yeah, I definitely recommend those, and those are the price for 6 months. So what's $110 in 6 months, or what's $45 in a 6-month span for your business? That you just have to think about it that way. Do I think I will start any other businesses in the future? I do. I do. Did you see the wink? My eyes look super chinky, but that was a wink. Be on the lookout. But no, we'll see. Right now, I don't have anything crazy going on behind the scenes, but there is some talks. There's definitely some talks and maybe some additional programs that are going to be opened in Allure 96, and then some outside ventures as well. So we'll just have to wait and see. Oh, Monica says you use Square. How do you like Square? I've never used Square. What I did, you guys might not know this, but I was like a makeup artist, and a kind of a makeup artist. But I was kind of a makeup artist, and that's when I was using Square. And for people who had like credit cards and wanted to pay with credit cards, they'll just swipe it. I think we're talking about the same thing, but I never used it consistently. But my question to you, Monica, how do you like it? Does it work well for you? Hidden Black Beauty says she only has PayPal. Monica said, I hate them. The fee is way too high, but they have a choice to use either one, Square or PayPal. Got you. I don't know. I've heard mixed feelings about all the payment processors, to be honest, because all of them have their highs and their lows. But I haven't heard too much about Square. So maybe, maybe I'll dibble and dabble with that. Babe said, I like PayPal, super easy and trusted. I've never used Stripe. PayPal is great. When it does come to PayPal and Stripe, I'd rather choose PayPal because PayPal does their job, in my opinion, opposed to Stripe, mainly as far as disputes and stuff are concerned. But aside from disputes, I don't have any issue with either one of them, except with Stripe. You have to wait for your funds to clear, and then it gets sent to your you know, your bank account. That's the only downfall. But other than that, I genuinely do like PayPal. If I had to choose one or the other, I would definitely choose PayPal. One thing about PayPal, as much as PayPal pisses me off too, PayPal customer service is amazing, in my opinion. They are very on top of things. They answer the phone right away. You know, as long as they're open during those hours, they answer right away. And then, you know, I definitely look up to that. Or I definitely admire that in their business. Eyelash company. Ooh, Hidden Black Beauty. You said eyelash company? What do you mean? Yamara, I think I said that right. She said, girl, how do you do it? Newborn business and stay slayed. It is a struggle. I promise you. I don't look like this all the time. When I roll out of bed in the morning, I look rough, very rough. It takes time, but having the support system and, you know, my boyfriend being here and things like that, he definitely takes him and allows me to get in my zone, basically. And my newborn, he sleeps a lot. So if something happens, I just kind of feed him. He drifts back off to sleep. I lay him down, and then I have about a good 45 minutes to an hour to get things done before he wakes back up. So it's a struggle, but I'm learning. They have both Swipe and online. Oh, okay, got you. Square owns Cash App. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I like the Cash App. Well, I use it sometimes to pay certain bills, but Cash App is pretty cool. So Stripe or Square has to be just as awesome then. Do people really make money with dropship? Yes. I thought you were talking about like the owners of the dropshipping company, but you're speaking more, I'm assuming you're speaking more on like the dropshipping clients. Yes. Okay. I had a coaching call like the other day, and we were actually talking about this. So I'm just going to let you guys know. One thing I was telling her, which I think a lot of people take for granted when it does come to a dropshipping company, as a dropshipping company, the only thing a dropshipper does is fulfill your orders. That is it. That is all. Everything else that pertains to your company is your responsibility as the owner. Website maintenance, website fees, shipping fees, any of that stuff pertains to you. The prices pertain to you. Whatever you want to price your products as, whether they're high or low, it's up to you. So yes, dropshippers definitely do make money. But one thing I wish people would do is do a little bit more research on just drop shipping as a whole, just so you know how much money you can make out of this, because you can make a lot of money. It's just you have to know how to set your business up for it. That's all. Regarding vendors, you said it only took you a few tries. Have you talked to any other business women who have had a difficult time, and how so? Yes, a lot of, especially like the people I mentor, a lot of the people I have coaching calls with, vendors are hard to come by, 100%. But it's up to you to figure out, is this vendor someone that you want to work with long term? But yes, there's a lot of women that I've spoken with. Some say it's easy to find a vendor. Some say it's the hardest thing in the world to find a consistent vendor. But it's up to you to go through the proper protocol to make sure that you're, you know, setting your business up for greatness as far as the vendor situation goes. So I have some stuff here, which I kind of talked about this, but when it does come, or some things you need to look out for regarding vendors, is construction of products, alignment of threading, if the product is single or double stranded, the lace material, if it's made with Swiss lace or a different quality lace, hygiene of products, if the products has lice or parasites in it, or larva eggs, you need to make sure that you're thoroughly going through these things and asking your vendors these things. You need to ask your vendors if the hair has synthetic fibers in it, or yarn-like material or fillers in it, if there's additional color compounds being added to the hair, to put any, you know, that add any film to the hair or strips the hair at all. Some other things are like shaggy ends, luster of products, longevity of the products. These are things that you need to ask your vendor about before you 100% make a bulk order. Hope I wasn't going too fast. Let me know if you guys want me to repeat that stuff. I lost where I was. So if you let them cash app you, can you get around the fees unless you have a business? What I noticed with the money app, cash app, all those things, they want their money. At the end of the day, each business thrives off money. So there's no way you can get around any fees, at least what I'm aware of. No way you can get around any fees regarding any payment processes, because at the end of the day, you have to get through them to get the money sent to your account. So unfortunately, there's not. Hidden Black Beauty, she said, I still don't know how to pay myself with PayPal. Well, when it's time to pay yourself, you need to figure out if you're going to pay yourself weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, or quarterly as a business owner. So once you figure out that, I would say whatever account the money is being, is going into, make sure you're not touching it until, let's say, you decide to pay yourself every month or once a month. Just figure out, which day a month you want to pay yourself, and then figure out the percentage that you want to give yourself out of how much you brought in that month, basically. So let's say you're doing your books, and in February, you made $10,000 and you want to give yourself 10% of $10,000. You take out $1,000 and give it to yourself. So that's just an easy way of thinking about it. You just have to ask your questions. How much do you want to make, or how much in percentage you want to make, and then when you're going to pay yourself, and either do it weekly, bi-weekly, or you can even set it up with your bank where every single week they transfer a certain amount of funds to a different account. I hope that helps. Monica, she said, how can you really trust a dropshipping company? How do you know they won't send their information? What about receipts? Do you send a receipt when you dropship? Well, I'm only going to speak about my dropshipping company because I don't necessarily know what everyone else is doing regarding their dropshipping companies. But one thing I will say, you need to know that you can trust the dropshipping company that you are working with. But yeah, it's all about trust for one, and realizing that they won't do something like that. A credible dropshipping company, why would they jack up and send their information? Why would they jack up and send their information and purposely lose that client? I understand, things happen, granted, but it's all about trust and figuring out if the dropshipping company you're signing up for is someone credible that you can actually work with. As far as receipts go, I don't send receipts, but I do have invoices of every single order that comes my way. Yamara, yes, it is very difficult finding a vendor. Yes, Nubian. Okay, Nubian said the best thing when it comes to dropshipping. She said, that's what I'm doing. She's dropshipping, but I'm using it to move up. Dropshipping is not something that you want to stick with for the rest of your life. I personally think dropshipping is a stepping stone to being able to do what you want to do with your company. I 100% agree with you. Alexa says, bugs. Yes, watch out for the hair that you're getting from overseas. Parasites, bugs, larva eggs, gnats, like you don't know what's in that hair. And overseas factories have different regulations, different health, like it's called health code regulations, but different regulations. So inspect your hair, ladies. Even the hair that you might just order from a company, inspect your hair because you don't know if they're inspecting it. That was a little fast. Can you repeat? Yes, what I'm about to do right now, I'm about to repeat all the things you need to look out for when you're trying to find a vendor, okay? I'm going to say it a little slow. First thing, construction of products. Make sure the construction is bomb. Alignment of threading. Make sure the alignment of the threading of the weft is good. If it's crooked, if it's off, the hair is going to shed because it's disturbing the hair attachment to the weft. The next one is going to be make sure the hair is single or double stranded. Hair bundles. Well, you can ask your vendor that. If it's double stranded, you're not going to have many split ends. If it's single stranded, you might have a few more split ends than normal. But if it's double stranded, you're dealing with a good vendor. You need to look at you need to ask them what the lace material is made out of. Usually it's made out of Swiss lace, and Swiss lace is is imported from Germany, and it's basically just a fabric that they use. But you always need to know what type of fabric or what type of material is being used on your lace. The next one is going to be hygiene of product. Make sure it's clean. Asking them, is their facility clean and things like that. The next one is going to be, like we talked about, bugs, lice, parasites, larva, eggs, gnats, all of that stuff. You need to just double check with them, even though you're going to do your own little mini inspection when you order a sample piece. But just confirm with them that they don't have any bug issues. Okay. The next one is going to be synthetic fibers. Make sure there's no synthetic fibers or synthetic fillers in the hair, and also any yarn-like material. So if you see a blue thin piece of yarn, something's off. Okay. But just double check with them. You need to also ask them, do they use any color components in their hair? And when I say that, I'm meaning any dyes, typically any dyes or any chemicals that's going to leave any residue. So what I recommend you guys do every time that you order, or not order hair, but every time that you're trying to find a vendor, make sure you guys are washing this hair. Make sure that you're washing it in like just a normal like white bowl. And you're putting clear water in there. And by the time you're done washing this hair, if the water is not clear and it's a greenish color or maybe like a brown or like a blackish color, something's off, something's wrong. They're using some type of chemical in that hair that I would stay away from if I were you. You need to look at shaggy trimmings of the hair, which is just mainly make sure the hair has no like crazy split ends in it. Luster of the hair, make sure it has a natural lust to it. If it's over shiny, filler. And as far as luster go, if it's like dull looking, it kind of all depends if you're dealing with the raw hair or like virgin hair. So look into that. But if it's too shiny, stay away from it. You guys are probably like, girl, your hair looks shiny. But it's my light, it's a good shine. But if it's like shiny, stay away from it. And then also the last step would be you figuring out the longevity of the hair and also asking them how long would your hair last with the proper maintenance. But that was the list of things. Ooh, I don't know where I left off at. Raw virgin hair, raw versus virgin hair, what's your pick and why? I love raw hair, but it's work. Also, do you set your prices? Thanks. Okay, so Kimball, raw hair or virgin hair? I prefer virgin hair. Raw hair is a lot of maintenance in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. But I do just prefer the virgin hair. How do I pick my prices? I have a webinar replay all about prices. So if you're interested in pricing your products, because there's a huge formula that goes with it that I go by, head over to IMANIJELENA.co and order that. But yeah, so let's see what the next question is. Quick question. Would you recommend overdoing packaging for hair? And for running a makeup and hair company, would you recommend having the same colors? Good question. So the first half of that question was, would you recommend overdoing packaging for hair? Absolutely. Well, at the end of the day, you as a business owner can do whatever you would like. I don't think it's a negative. Now, when you say overdoing it, what exactly do you mean? Because I feel like if you have a flyer, a business card, and maybe like a discount code sheet with like your bundle wraps and your hang tags, I think that's cute. And even if you have like a nice like box, like a nice little boxes, I think that's cute. I don't personally think you can overdo it, but let me know what you mean by that, and I'll definitely like ask you let you know if it's a yay or a nay, in my opinion. And then as for having a makeup and hair company, would you keep the colors the same? I would keep them similar, but I would switch it up a little bit, because your makeup is what you personally do. Your hair company is what you run, in a sense, if that makes any sense. So I would definitely keep it similar so people know that maybe they like mesh, but I would definitely do different color things because technically they're two separate brands. Jayla made an awesome, I what is the word I'm looking for? She said something really great. She said, for drop shipping, ladies, be careful. They can send your hair to your customer in the worst packaging and conditions. That is 100% true. Once again, it's all about the trust. With my drop shipping company, if you request, like the first few times you send an order with us, especially if you send in packaging and you request how that package looks as it's going out, we'll snap a picture, send it to you. Super simple, but be aware of that, because yeah, you never know what people are doing behind your back, so it's important to keep your eyes peeled open. Tamisa said, do you recommend purchasing samples prior to a large bulk order? I 100% recommend that. It's important to know what you're getting. So the sample pieces are going to show exactly what you're getting, and that'll allow you to do your wash tests, your shampoo test, flat iron heat test, things like that. So yeah, order small and then go big. Monica, do I wash every bundle myself? She said, do you wash every bundle yourself? No. If I sold raw hair, yes. But because I just sell virgin hair, no. I receive it from the factory and I send it out as needed. Yes, Kimball said, everyone click the thumbs up button because she's given us really good information. Definitely thumbs it up. If you think this is bomb information that I'm giving, let me know. Let me know. Oh, Monica, you are amazing. I'm sorry. I keep butchering your name. Yamara. I think I'm saying it. Okay, she said, do you really need bundle wraps if you have hang tags? I prefer bundle wraps over hang tags, but if you do have hang tags, those are just as awesome as bundle wraps because they have your logo on it. They're showing the description of the product. So yeah, that's totally fine. But if it's up to me, I personally do recommend bundle hang tags over. No, I said that right. I prefer bundled wraps over hang tags. Yes, Danielle, it is. She said, so is it a good thing to order samples with drop shipping as well? Yes, whatever drop shipping company you're going to order from, they need to allow you to be able to order normal bundles as well. They need to offer you sample kit. They need to offer you something, or offer something that you can purchase so that you can physically try out the product without spending tons of money. Whew. There's so many hair companies out there, so many, it's so saturated. How do you overcome being discouraged but all the competition? And that is so true. There is lots of hair companies. I feel like every time I get on Instagram, I see a different hair company. It is what it is. That's what I had to learn, because I was getting discouraged at one point. Even after I was making sales, I was just like, goodness, like all of these hair companies, like, are they going to forget about my hair company? Things like that. But no matter what there's a lot of, as long as you are standing out and your brand is standing out from the next, you're going to thrive no matter what. So yes, there are tons of different hair companies out there. Make yours different. And that's just as honest as I can be. Make yours stand out from everyone else's. Add something that no one else or only a few hair companies is offering. Make it so that people feel that they have to order from you, because either your quality, either your packaging, either you have programs, either you have maybe something that I noticed people are doing is where you can, how do you say it? You can like pay for your bundles, but like in increments, kind of. So you can pay like installments for hair. Like, that's something amazing. And not every company is doing that. So if you added that to your company and advertised that and promoted that, I guarantee you people will flock. I guarantee you, because everyone wants to look flawless. But not everyone has $600 for a wig or $500 for a wig. But if they can split that into 4 different payments and then receive their hair after the last payment, guarantee you they'll jump on it. Oh, there I am. Jayla, she said, if we buy the webinar, can we replay them as many times as we want? Absolutely. All my web replays are lifetime replays. For some reason, if you do lose the link, just let me know. I'll look up your order number and just resend it out. But yes, they are lifetime replays and they're on YouTube. So as long as you have the link, you just copy the link into your browser and you can access it forever. Hidden Black Beauty, she said, I hope you guys are not talking about any Atlanta, Georgia hair drop shipping companies. What's the tea? What's going on in Atlanta, Georgia and they drop shipping companies? Oh, I am pronouncing your name correctly. I knew it. Mixed chick hair, she said, when did I quit my 9 to 5? I quit my 9 to 5 March 10th. It was somewhere around there because it was like right after my birthday. My birthday's March 11th, but it was like March 10th of 2018. So it's been my year anniversary, came and went. But yeah, so it's been over a year since I've quit. Haven't looked back either. That was one of the best decisions I've made. Monica said, Atlanta is the worst, just in my opinion. What's going on in Atlanta? I don't really have, oh, that hurt. But I don't really know what's going on in Atlanta. So what's going on in Atlanta? Is private label extension overhyped or is the quality worth the money? Good question. I've never dealt with private hair extensions, but I mean, they seem to be doing pretty well. So something's working. But if any of you guys have dealt with private label hair extensions, let us know how their service is, product is, all that good stuff. Do I have a drop shipping sale? Currently, I do not have a drop shipping sale. But if you're new to my newsletter subscription, I do offer a $5 discount code if you sign up to my newsletter, and you can use that for a drop shipping sale. Would I ever do a free promo video on my channel to advertise and expose small brands? That is an amazing idea. I definitely would. I would totally open up the door for that. I'm all about helping the next owner. I'm not stingy with my information. I give a lot of information away, but I do also offer a lot of paid information too. But I definitely do look out for you guys. So if you guys want me to, post something on my story, on my Instagram story, or advertise you somehow in a video, let me know. Send me a DM on Instagram. Send me a DM on Instagram, and yeah, I'll definitely post something. Why not? Oh, and for those of you who don't know, I did, if you watch one of my previous videos, you guys would know that I'm having a business brunch. So any of you ladies, if you are in Chicago, or if you do want to travel to the Chicagoland, let me know and we can schedule a business brunch, and we will record our business brunch and talk all about business, kind of like we're doing now. It's just over the computer, but we'll be in person. So if you guys are interested in that, shoot me an email or DM me. How long did I wait to pay myself for my business? It was a while, because even though I was making sales, I completely gypped myself, and my prices were not like adding up to, the price I was paying for the product, because I didn't know how to properly price my product. So I was losing out on money without even knowing it. So it definitely took some time. I don't know the exact date or how long I was, in my business, if that makes sense, but it took time. What? She said she signed up for an ATL drop shipping and they offered no help. That is horrible. One thing I can say about my company, it's all there. Whatever frequently asked questions you have, whatever assistance you guys need, I definitely make sure it's all there for you guys. All the information I need from you, it's a forum. You just go on the website, put all your information in, submit the form to me. It's very straightforward for you guys. If Danielle's in here, let them know, because Danielle just signed up with my company I think a day or two ago. I don't know, one of those. As far as my inventory, do I use QuickBooks? I'm getting into QuickBooks. I kind of just do everything manually, which makes life harder. But once I get into QuickBooks, I'll definitely make a video about it because I'm dabbling in it now. Nubian said, I'm dealing with private label extensions. They created my website. It is wonderful. I can fill you ladies in on my journey. So yeah, so for you guys that had questions about private label extensions, reach out to Nubian because she actually works with them. And, you know, ask her how the product is and all that stuff for you guys that are interested. Yes, Danielle. She said it's very straightforward, you guys. Very straightforward. And if you guys do need assistance with my dropshipping company, call me. Call my business phone. Email me, and I will get back to you. Sasha said, wait, not Sasha. Hidden Black Beauty said, how much is your monthly subscription for drop shipping? I have multiple subscriptions. I have 2 monthly and 2 yearly. My standard plan is $25.99. Standard, very standard. You don't get the option to customize anything. Premium plan, $49.99. You can send me any material you would like. You can get hang tags and bundle wraps as long as it's a separate transaction. But once they're ready, we'll then go ahead and incorporate those in your packaging. And then my 2 yearly plans starts at $615, and then the other one is $875, and they're yearly plans. They both come with websites. They both come with instant bundles. They both come with hang tags and bundle wraps. And yeah, and then tons of other stuff too, but those are just the big 4. Okay, so Jayla said, I know you don't own a makeup brand, but my cosmetic tube vendor has a minimum quantity of 12,000 pieces. Should I get the tubes even though I'm starting off? Jayla, if you feel as though that's a deal, because I don't really know how the vendors work for cosmetic, but if you feel as though 12,000 tubes is a deal, 12,000 tubes sounds like a lot of tubes. A lot of tubes. So yeah, I would say why not? Especially if they're giving you a good price for it. You can never have too much in stock. For someone just starting to sell hair, how much do you recommend as an upcharge? 40 bucks? It depends. And that's why I want you guys to look at my Profit Blueprint webinar replay. It depends. It's not just all about slapping a price on the back. It definitely takes time to wind in or to figure in how much of what is going where, how much do you need to put in. Like it takes time. So I can't exactly answer that question. I'm just going to go ahead and refer you to the Profit Blueprint webinar replay on IMANIJELENA.co, and I go through all of this information because it's a formula. It's a legit formula that you guys need to go by. Do I have a Facebook group for your drop shippers? I unfortunately currently do not, but that is something that I am considering. But right now I do just have my Facebook group by the name The Bag for those of you who are interested. A Facebook page for my drop shippers, amazing idea. And I'll definitely consider, getting that in order soon. Hello, do you have the transparent lace for your closures and frontals? Hey, babe. Yes. Goodness, I couldn't answer that. Yes, it's I'm not gonna say it's transparent. It's like a light to medium lace tint. It gives you the wiggle room to go ahead and tint the lace even more to your liking, but it's mainly like a light to medium tint. Hidden Black Beauty, yes. Okay, you guys. This has been a long live because I still do have to film a video that'll be up tomorrow. But let's say not tomorrow. Hold on. What's the date? I don't want to lie to you guys. Let me just make sure I don't have anything going on. But Wednesday at 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m., I'm going to go live again. So make sure if you guys do have any questions, you write them down for me. And yeah, when I come back Wednesday at 6:30 p.m., I'll pick up where I left off for you guys, okay? But I love you guys, smooches, and I will see you tomorrow in my video. Don't forget to tune in and watch. And if I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you on Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. And you better be there, okay? All right. Well, I'll talk to you guys later.